Everybody,
Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you didn't hear what Sarah just said because that would be really embarrassing.
Smelly
I'm
too.
pretty sure
It's it's Tuesday night. We're here to do some Shadowrun 5th edition. We're playing Shadowrun missions. I'm the GM, Danny Oliver, with Rem Alternus and also the missions developer for Shadowrun, their living campaign. And we've got our cast tonight. We've got, starting in the upper left, we've got Jen playing Gertrude. We've got Duryea, who is playing Kaida still. We have Sarah, who is playing Flea. Thomas, who's playing Etienne, and finally Chris, who is playing Satchel. Let's see who recapped us last week. Let's get a recap from Thomas. What happened last week?
From Thomas or from Etienne?
Well, you kind of mix it in there a little bit from Thomas, mostly Etienne.
All right. Last week when we started last week, we were on the top of the building. We were trying to investigate and infiltrate. We managed to get in, but well, there was a little bit of a welcoming party there waiting for us. We exchanged bullets, arrows, trees were knocked down, spells were slung. Until it came to an end when someone with strange matrix capabilities connected with Etienne and waved the white flag and said it's enough, while we were getting yelled at by two very big and strange dogs. Speaking of dogs. So we went further in and we found a lady who was pregnant and being guarded by said hellhounds. And as we were trying to deal things with her very unhappy husband showed up with his very big axe and nearly chopped one of her friends in half. Kaida nearly died from it, but because of the quick thinking and working of our dear Gertrude, we managed to get him back to the real clinic quick enough so they could save his life. In the meantime, Flea and Etienne went down there, flashbang a bunch of devil rats, and retrieved the information that they needed. And after that, I think everyone went to see if Duryea survived, and once he was stable, we all went our own way back home, waiting for a call from the doctor to tell us how it went.
All right. So, with that, you do get that call to just come in and receive your payment. Also, you kind of want to go and see Becky and give her those chips, as well as maybe see how Kaida's doing. So who is heading to the vault and its surrounds, and how is everybody getting there?
Well, Etienne being already in contact with Becky, he offers to go and deliver that part of the job. So we could chit-chat and catch up with her a little bit. As far as getting there, he's not going to ask, but he hopes that he's being offered a ride by Gertrude.
Satchel kind of wants to hang around with Gertrude a little bit. And he's still kind of reeling from his battle with Neil the Barbarian. And so he is trying to stay near the medical supplies and Valkyrie module.
Yeah. Yeah. Neil, the not quite an orc barbarian, apparently. Yeah. Sarah?
I'm going to the vault. I ask Gertrude for a ride if that's okay. And I check in on Kaida every day. I spend some time with him.
Okay. All right. So this is just the next day, actually, getting into the clinic and sitting down with Dr. Tate. So who is going to speak with Dr. Tate? I know Thomas said that Etienne is going to just deliver the chips to Becky. And yeah, so where's everyone else going?
I'll talk to him at some point. It's important to build the relationships and stuff like that. So I'll probably talk to a bunch of people at the vault, but my first stop every day is Kaida.
Okay. So just kind of starting there then. As you enter the room, there is Kaida, life support going. The beeping of the machines, still out of it, hasn't woke up yet. There is next to the bed are looks like somebody brought flowers. I don't know, and you know the nurse says that he's in stable condition, just needs a little time and he'll come out of it. Dr. Tate says, considering the injury, minimal scarring, but there's going to be scarring, and but no need for any invasive sort of cybernetics or prosthetic replacements, which is really good because Kai, of course, is awakened and would not do well with any cyber technology installed. So
I sit for a while and take out a book and just keep him company. I'll even knowing that he's out of it, I'll still talk because you never know if they can hear or not. So I'll be like, "Good morning, Kaida. How you doing today?" And then I'll sit down next to him and start reading.
okay. Gertrude, imagine that you will go speak with Dr. Tate to get the lowdown on everything, and to pick up the pay. He's in his office, and as soon as he sees you, he's like, "Oh, Gertrude, yes, please come in." I looked at everything. Looks like there were some squatters there, but that shouldn't be a problem. And that you were able to discern that nobody had, shall we say, dibs on the facility. Um, all in all, very good. I sent some individuals down to check it out, and it does look like we'll be able to get that started up as another clinic, and that we'll keep the squatters on as sort of non-medical staff. So all goes pretty well, and so I think the agreed upon price was 6,000 Nuyen each, but I would like to go ahead and add in a bonus and make it 7 even for all of you. Just appreciate the work that you did, and in not causing any untoward damage there. So
I mean, I think I broke some of those pretend trees, but you probably weren't good hospital material.
my plan probably did not include fake trees. No. So I think we're good there. In fact, probably saved us a little bit of Nuyen on the removal, because they're already knocked down. So we'll just have to get them out of there. But
My dad always said I was good at demolishing.
sure, yes. I can see that.
Am I there?
If you're there, you're there.
Oh,
No
okay.
reason for you not to be there.
Yeah, Satchel kind of like, we should definitely get you some flannel.
I don't get it.
I also don't get it.
We're knocking down trees. Like the lumberjack. In
The lumberjack.
in these BTLs and old videos I watched, people who chop down trees had flannel.
No,
And
something from something from the. Oh, yeah. Okay, I understand. Satchel was it?
Yes.
Right.
So
Very
how's Kaida doing, really?
He'll live, and he will have. He'll make a full recovery. As terrifying as that wound was, it appears that the actual force of it, um, it cut very cleanly. So it was easier than it might otherwise have appeared to kind of suture everything back together. Especially with the technology we have today. But it was your timely actions that saved his life. Otherwise, he would have definitely died. So yes, he'll have a nice reminder, kind of coming down, but he should make a full recovery.
How many trauma patches and stitches did that take?
Trauma patches, none. That's a very specific use item for field work. It's actually preferable not to use a trauma patch. It's just that sometimes there's no other option. It's sort of like a tourniquet. You don't necessarily want to put a tourniquet on, but sometimes if you don't, they'll bleed out. So that's the idea there with the trauma patch. Sutures, well. I don't know that we kept count, but it numbered in the thousands, considering that the interior damage that had to be repaired.
So Satchel kind of looks at him and then looks at Gertrude and then kind of asks to the room, like, how much does that cost? A suture cost, times 1,000 or whatever.
A single suture.
Mm-hmm.
They're they're not quite priced that way. But if this were if this were a normal procedure in a normal corporate setting, this would easily go into the hundreds of thousands.
Oh,
of course.
okay.
Of course,
mean,
in our clinic, we don't charge the same way, so we try to take care of people, and this is not a corporate setting. And also, Kaida was owed one free one free admittance to the clinic to get fixed up for free.
That was part of the initial arrangement when we negotiated.
Sure.
If there's some insurance that's already in play, perhaps you have a dock wagon account or something. Depending on the type of dock wagon account you have, you can oftentimes they'll do a resuscitation for as little as 5,000 million. But you're already paying into that insurance, so I hope that answers your question.
It does. He sends like 3,000 million, or tries to send 3,000 million to him, like for looking out for his buddy, Kaida. He was just trying to cover the costs of sutures and whatnot.
That is definitely not necessary. This was a job. It's part of the payment. You're fine. He's lucky to have a friend like you.
Then he kind of just like bows and kind of like, okay, and then just kind of slinks back into the corner.
If there's nothing else, no, okay. then I will be checking on Kaida later in the day. I have some medical documentation to fill out here, so if you'll excuse me. And then he gets into tip-tapping on his air keyboard. Meanwhile, in the market, Etienne easily finds Becky sitting in the Desolation Angels sort of back stall where they kind of hang out. There's a few other angels there, but no one that you recognize right off.
Okay. He's like sheepishly nodding at them as he makes his way toward Becky, if they let him. And then he warmly salutes her. Hey, Becky, comment ça va?
Oh,
How are you doing?
Sure, yeah, Etienne. Good. What brings you up here?
I started working with some people, and apparently you gave them, well, us, some sort of a job. I got some I got some thread recordings for you, and he shakes the some sort of hard drive. Didn't have much time to clean them out. You're gonna have, I extracted them, but you're gonna have some work to do to well, clean them out.
Right. Yeah. How many you got there?
There's 5.
Oh, great. Yeah. So you went down to the studio with the others, huh? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That guy Kaida got like wrecked. Is he okay?
Yeah. Miraculously, yeah. We got someone with an ambulance on the team, so they just picked him right up and brought him in, and he's I mean he's not fine, but he survived.
Right. He's a
It's gonna
shaman.
take
Isn't
him
he?
some time. Yeah, I don't know the specific, but he does magic.
I'll have to ask him about that. Well, okay. So 5 of these. Let me go ahead and give you then. I think that it's gonna amount to this. This is kind of a collection put up by various people from the neighborhood. It comes out to about 1,500 per each of the runners. Yeah. This is
Okay.
so it was a Trid studio back in the day, and it was kind of local. So a lot of like people came and had like, I don't know, special like flat Trid things done of their families and loved ones and stuff. So we're hoping that
Oh.
some of this will be those things, and we'll be able to bring a little bit of closure to some of the families.
Oh, damn. Well, I mean, I can't speak for the others, but you can keep my part if it's like that kind of stuff. I thought it was like more that you wanted just to get back some old stuff that you could sell around here in the market.
I mean, if you want to give this back to the community pot, thanks.
Of course.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. We've got
I
lots
mean,
of
I'm gonna bring the rest of it back to the others. They don't. They're good people. Don't get me wrong. They just might not have the same connection that I do.
It's
with
fine.
with
It's
you
not
guys.
a,
And
yeah. It's just not a.
Yeah, don't speak for me.
It's Nguyen moves the world, and we get it. We get it.
malheureusement, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everything you're doing down at the Triangle too. That's things are working a lot better down there.
That was the objective. I'm glad glad I could help, and I'll keep helping.
All right. Well, welcome to hang out if you want. There's some soy calf, in the back, and I think Matt's got like some fight here in about an hour or so. If you
Well,
want to
I appreciate the offer.
He appreciates the offer.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate the offer. If I can get a psych to go, I'll join the other the clinic. See how my buddy is
yeah,
doing back
sure,
there.
sure.
I mean,
Yeah, just there should be some like paper cups. I think the kind with the like thick ones. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, grab one.
and just well, maybe after I'm done there, I'll come back to see the brawling's always fun to get some entertainment. Which one is Matt again? I don't recall. I'm not very good with name.
He's the buff elf that we saw.
He's he's uh Matitude, you know, Sid's got him on his roster. He's just big elf guy, you know, just really anyway. I don't know, a lot of people are really excited
Oh
about him.
yeah, yeah. I think I saw him. Not
Yeah. So but all right, yeah, great.
Well, I'll see. But as I said, clinic.
Okay.
Right. I'll grab my cup and I'll be on my way.
All
I
right.
hope.
Have a good one.
You too. You better get someone really good working on these because I've found some of them like buried in water. So.
Yeah, I mean it's been like 2 decades, so we'll see. But all right, thanks a lot.
Hey,
And
but what I'm.
all right, so meanwhile, what's everyone else up to after some time?
After my time with Kaida in the morning about noon, I'm gonna head to see what the others are doing and find Satchel.
Okay. Yeah, I mean there's plenty of time that's kind of going here for you guys to do whatever it is that you that you want to do there at the vault. Like I said, there's the market, there's the fight pit itself. But other than that, it's a day for you guys.
So where's Satchel? What's Satchel doing?
It depends on what Jen is doing, because he's kind of glommed onto Jen, and or I mean, he's kind of glommed onto Gertrude and Darcy. He feels like he kind of has like a purpose in the van for some reason.
Counting is important.
It is.
We will go try to find you guys, and as she finds you, she says, "Hey, Satchel, do you have a second?"
What, 525,600 minutes in a day? How many? So I'm not very good at quick maths. So if you multiply that by 60, I probably have that many seconds.
Can you step over here and speak with me, please?
Sure.
She kind of like lowers her voice since we're in public and everything, but she says, "I don't know what your deal is and what happened in your past, but you seemed really upset by that kid that we sprung from the ghouls. So, for what it's worth, I've paid 10,000 yen toward his medical fees. So, I just wanted to let you know that if that's important to you, then I'll help take care of it."
Satchel kind of looks kind of surprised, but he looks kind of surprised, and then it's like, it does mean a lot. How's he doing? Have you heard from the doctor or his family?
I tried not to pry too much. I just paid the account with the front desk. Um, they may or may not want to associate with us, so I decided to respect their privacy.
Do you know the hospital that they're in?
They're here at the vault.
And thank you. I appreciate that. And then he says, like, you have good footwork, and your technique is pretty good. But I think that we should probably work on some team drills so that we don't get fucked up next time.
I have a space we can practice.
Awesome. And then Satchel kind of starts walking towards the front desk, and he kind of like leaves the area for the time being.
Flea will kind of like sigh and then like, okay, that went better than like it could have. So my day is ahead of me. So I think I heard Matt Rath is fighting. So I might go watch. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, if Etienne can find the others like physically, he's gonna send through the matrix the payment to everyone and let them know about like, well, I was gonna go and find you, but there's this fight happening in about an hour. So if you guys are not busy, we can go and watch and like have a few soy beers and you know.
I'm on my way.
All right.
Hold on,
So
soy beer is a thing?
Well,
soy,
everything is soy. Soy,
it's soy or it's
everything.
krill.
Yeah,
So
your choice.
Soy or krill? Which one? Which one do you want your beer to be made out of?
You want a soy Weiser or a krill course? That's your choice.
Gotcha.
All right. So as they're as they're heading towards the vault, the fighting pit, I heard Chris say you were heading towards the desk there at the medical facility.
There was a boy in his family that might have been admitted here within the last day or so. I was wondering, or a couple recently. I was just wondering if you had any information on how they're doing.
Yeah, you're with the group that brought them in, right?
Yeah.
They're okay physically. The boy, I mean, it was a traumatic ordeal for them. I think the parents are mostly okay, but the boy, if this was any regular civilized place, he'd probably need therapy, and maybe that's something that can be done for him. We're gonna have to see, but there's not really a lot of that kind of work doesn't really happen a lot in this zone. Medical work doesn't happen a lot in the zone. I mean, that's why Dr. Tate is trying to get these clinics together, and really kind of establish that to take care of the people here. It's really nice, actually. But yeah.
I mean, I don't want to intrude or insert myself into the situation, but can you let me know how they're doing periodically, or if something happens, can you contact me?
Feel free to stop in when you want. I can maybe leave them a message or something. Do you want me to leave your information? Do you want to leave your information then? And
No. Please don't give them my information. But I'll give you mine, and if something happens, can you contact me? Like if they leave or they need to go to a different facility or any kind of happenstance that happens, can you let me know?
Yeah, we can write a note, and if something happens like that, I'll put it into their records. So so they don't go anywhere without somebody at least seeing that note, and maybe they can give you a call, or what have you. So yeah, sure thing.
So hey, what's your name, miss? Or who's at the front desk?
It's a nurse. It's a miss in this
A
particular
miss?
case. Yes.
What's her name, Miss?
Tammy Wingard, Nurse Wingard.
Thank you, Nurse Woodguard. And I sent her my my com code or whatnot, and also try to give her some. I give her 2,000 yen.
That we don't really accept just kind of tips or if you'd like to donate it to the clinic itself, that would be wonderful.
Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I've written the note in here, and we'll give you a call if you if anything happens. Yeah.
And then he turns and starts making his way back towards the room where Kaida is.
All right. Kaida, you're in and out of it a little bit, mostly just out of it. Every once in a while, you get a sense that someone may be there. You hear kind of voices, but they're fuzzy and far away. You get that tropish kind of like thing where you're like standing in a dark place and going, "Am I dead?" And then it echoes, and then someone comes and stands in front of you. It's like, someone from your past, and then you're like remembering a thing, and and it's all that stuff that happens, in all the shows and movies and cartoons and animes. And that's mostly it for now. I'm going to take us into the "Don't go towards the light," says Pinkie Pie Stormtrooper. All right, so yeah, back in the main part of the vault, however, everyone arrives there with plenty of time to spare, able to get some drinks, and if folks want, and sit kind of ringside as the individuals are brought in. Matt Rath is introduced first. And the scattered crowd cheers for him. It's probably half capacity. It's not super packed, but he kind of gets up into the ring, and he's got this really tight fitted T-shirt on. It says Mattitude across the front, and he flexes and he postures, and then he like just rips his shirt off, revealing just like a 20-pack of abs, and and then he just he swings the shirt up, and then he just kind of flings it out into the crowd, and walks back to the corner where Sid is.
Should Flea roll edge to see if she catch it?
Does she want it? You roll edge to catch it?
She doesn't really want it. She just likes the show.
Well, but does it? I mean, that just doesn't come her way, right?
Okay, I'll roll edge.
Yeah, that's the edge.
I have my nice new extra edge point that I spent my karma on, so
yeah,
I get to roll 2 dice.
Go. 2 dice, yeah. All right, let's see. First dice roll of the night, everybody. It's to see if Flea catches the Mattitudes T-shirt. All right, so with 2, it was coming her way, but she could decide not to catch it if she didn't want to, and someone else would get it, and it wouldn't be awkward. But with 1, it's coming her way. If she doesn't grab it, it's awkward. Like someone's gonna be kind of pulling it, like it's gonna hit her, and someone's gonna grab it. So, so does she grab it, or does she?
I hit her in the face.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
She had been watching him and not where the shirt was going, and so she's kind of startled by it, but she kind of picks it up and looks around, but she is bright red, she immediately looks down, hiding her face.
Now both sides of her face are the same color, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Asian is laughing
it's,
so hard he nearly chokes on his soy beer.
yeah, it smells of amber, cedar, and maybe a little bit of lilac. You know, um, but
I'm
yeah,
feeling
it's there.
this.
You go. You got your own Matitude
Yeah,
shirt.
my crush
Um,
is growing rapidly here.
and then they call out the next guy, and nobody cares really who this guy is. No, a lot of people care who this guy is. Come on now, that's not nice. It is what's his name again? This one. Um, do 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 do. There it is. Hector the Eagle Waddle. Waddle. That's not an impressive sounding last name, Waddle. But he does come out, and he does a little bit of posturing too. A couple people, they do cheer for him. And then Matt looks over at him, and he's like, "You need a Matitude adjustment." And then the bell rings, and they kind of go at it. As the fight is happening, and you are sitting there watching, you hear like the seats behind you as someone like sits in them heavily, and then you get this sort of a whiff of cheeseburger. Is it? No, maybe it's like day old pizza, and a little bit of like beer breath, combined with like an ounce of cheap cologne and some cherry cigar smoke, as leaning in is Sid. Hey,
Yeah, I was gonna say I
what's
don't
up,
even
you
know when to
guys?
go. Hi, Sid.
I see you's come down to watch Matt do his thing up there, man. He's really good.
I mean, I'm not usually in the fighting sports, but I guess I'll see.
Right. Well, if you wasn't before, you'll be after this. Watch this guy. He's the kind of good that makes people that don't know anything about nothing understand what's good about something. You know what I mean? It makes you appreciate the thing for like the intricacies of the art that like is put into it, and the skills that and the time and dedications. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I heard your thing went really good yesterday. Um, uh, for Dr. Tate, and everything went great. Except your guy, the dark one. What's his name?
Kaida.
Kaida. Yeah, Kaida. Hey, you let Kaida know.
Sid, we don't say the dark one, okay?
He's what? Like, he's darker. Like, look at me. He's darker than me, so he's darker, right? He's darker than all of you, except you, maybe a little bit. He's darker than you. Come on. What are you talking about? He's got like fur that's dark, right? Like, anyway, look. The point is you tell him when you see him that that guy's my hero. Because check it out. I'm gonna be straight with you. So, honestly, like, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door on this the Shadowrunning thing, right? And but you this was supposed to kind of be like what do they call it? Like a cake run, where it's just like really easy, and milk walk. Yeah, it's a milk walk, and that's what you guys.
Definitely a
it was
milk
going to be
walk.
like that, and but word is kind of out that like it actually ended up being like the real deal, right? So that makes me look good because it looks like I put together like a real job, not like just something like nobody cares, right? So you just tell him, like, I mean, that's like I feel like he took a bullet for me, like I was there, and like I was gonna get hit, and then like he came in and he just like threw himself in front of it. That's how I feel. So man, good stuff. Anyway, oh, he just knocked him down. You missed it. You missed it. He just knocked down the eagle like that with that 1-2 combo. You guys missed it. Oh, I can't believe you missed that. Wow. Oh. Oh wow, that was something. I gotta go see him. They're about to ring the bell. I gotta be in his corner. All right, I'll see y'all later.
Does he want his shirt back?
He just runs. You're like, shirt?
Well, maybe you can go and see him after the fight and give it back to him. That'd be a good introduction.
We met yesterday. It's all right. Like, he's busy. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh yeah, he is. See that punch?
Yeah. So the bell rings. The fighters go in their corners. It definitely looks like Matt is getting the better of the other guy. And yeah, you spend a little bit of time in the vault there. And what's everyone doing after?
Do not take this the wrong way, but I wouldn't be opposed to taking Satchel back to my place. To spar.
After watching that,
You're a busy
and work out.
Yeah.
After watching that fight,
Nice story.
I got a new shirt.
You guys do you? I'm gonna see if Becky has someone to bring you back to the triangle or whatever they call our street corner.
Okay.
Triangle?
The triangle, just because it's. Yeah. All right. So Satchel hopping in with Flea and Darcy into Darcy with Gertrude taking them, I guess, to Flea's dojo. And where you do dojo things.
Mm-hmm.
And
would you like to join us, Gertrude?
Oh, I'm not very agile. I'm more stompy.
Maybe as bonus content, can we like record us just in a fight with each other? Like rolling it out?
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Meanwhile, in the vault, Becky does say to Etienne that she does expect that some of the sisters from the Triangle are going to be around later. She thinks that they wanted to check in on Kaida. So.
Okay, good. Well, in the meantime, do you get anything that needs to be done around here?
Around the vault?
Well, you get your little stand here in your spot. You want like could boost your signal, or I could like I don't know, to breaker box or.
I think we're good here. I mean, we're mostly just kind of squatting anyway. It's not. We might get something nicer soon, but no, not now. I mean, it's just look at this. It's just like a little. I mean, it doesn't even like this. The walls don't even go all the way up to the ceiling.
Just let me see if I can fix that for you then.
I mean, the whole thing, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, if you really have nothing else to do. Yeah. I was thinking of something you said the other day. You're with the neo-anarchists, right?
He taps at the patch on his shoulder, like a specific group, but yeah.
So I might know a guy. Maybe if you're interested. I mean, I don't know what you're obviously not from around here, right? So maybe I don't know what your people are on the move all the time, but if you're interested, I maybe could try to reach out.
Yeah, of course. I'd be more than interested to meet some fellow NA around here.
All right.
I was told when I was sent around here to do what I do that there'd be more. I found you first. Let's put it that way. Not that I don't appreciate what I've been doing with you guys.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good to have I guess a handyman down at the Triangle. It needs a little bit of stability, I guess. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I'll reach out and see what I can find and get back to you maybe. And I expect that that Socks and Talon will be here probably in the next half hour or so.
Okay. Well, if I can get another cup of this soy calf, I'll find my spot in the corner and fiddle in the matrix for a little while.
Works for me. All
Okay.
right.
Merci. Let me go guess this soy calf.
After dropping off Flea and Satchel, is Gertrude doing anything special?
Nothing really. She has plans to go visit Kaida during the week, probably when Flea is not there. So there's basically somebody that's in the room almost all the time. Probably reading weird medical books out loud. But nothing nothing out of the ordinary besides that.
Okay. All right. So after a little bit of time there in the vault, you do notice, Thomas, that some of the sisters from the Triangle have arrived. That said, I'm going to go back to Kaida. Your eyes slowly kind of open, and you find yourself in a pretty sterile room on a bed. It's not the softest bed as you're kind of coming to, but it serves. And you hear this like incessant kind of toning sound, this sort of a beep, beep, beep. And you're not sure what that is at first. And other than kind of the stark whiteness of everything around you, I mean, everything's really blurry as you're opening your eyes. There is one splash of color in the room. It's kind of a yellowish color. If you want to go ahead and go into the handouts, I'll actually share this for everybody. And eventually it kind of starts to come into focus. And you see on a table next to the bed, and
okay,
that is yeah, looks like they might have been there for a few days.
yeah,
Because they're kind of wilting. The petals are a little bit blackened on the edges, as if they're old. You're trying to remember what happened before, and just wondering if it's been a few days.
what do I remember? Is that up to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm alone, right?
Right now you're alone. There's a door now that you can see. There's a door and it's slightly open. You realize now that you're in a hospital bed, you think, and that sound is machines,
Right.
and you've got like an IV and all that good stuff.
So the first thing I do is I check out myself. I check my body to kind of like get familiar with my surroundings. I look at the IV and then I realize where I am. So I immediately start to try to figure out why I'm there. and then I remember, and so I look at my shoulder, and
So kind of doing this number here.
yes,
There is a line like about 2 inches, maybe 3 inches wide. Just
it's 3 inches. No, it's not. An inch is
Just-
this way, right? 2 inches.
right, yeah.
3 inches.
Just shaved down, like it.
Okay.
It feels like it's like an inverse shoulder strap almost, right? Like if you're wearing a shoulder strap, it would be like it would kind of pop over your fur, but now it's like indented into your fur, so it looks like this weird shoulder strap thing, and it kind of comes
But
down.
there's no sutures or anything.
No, and there's there are it's really hard to see. They're really like you have to like kind of actually feel almost some it's the future, so it's whatever that has kind of stitched everything together.
Mhm.
And you do see the line, and it's a fairly straight and even line that kind of comes down.
Mhm.
It's about just above the sternum point. But yeah, that looks. I mean, it looks like the axe buried in about maybe 7 or 8 inches.
But it didn't get to my heart, so that's good.
Didn't get to the heart. Must not have got to the heart.
Yeah. Okay, so then I see that, and my emotional reality is anger. I'm very angry, but it's also laced with a little embarrassment. So then I just lay back into the pillow.
Okay. As you're laying into the pillow, kind of thinking about what happened, you hear the creak of the door being pushed open, and as you open your eyes, you see young Tasha just kind of coming into the room.
Tasha. They got girls named Tasha in the future.
Yeah, this is Tasha. She's the young girl that's like
Okay.
early teens or something. That's from down there.
Okay.
The one that wanted
No,
coffee.
talking
Remember?
shit. Yeah.
She was talking shit to me? No, to y'all.
She was
when I
kind
was
of talking shit to you once, kind of. When
Yeah, when you taught me how to talk to girls or whatever, there was a little girl talking shit.
I remember all the little girl. Oh, she was with the gang.
Yeah.
So she's
Gang.
coming in.
Okay, great.
She's like, are you awake, Kaida? Are you awake yet?
And then so I look up and I try to remember where I remember her from, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm awake.
Oh, Drek. Oh, you're awake. And she's like comes into the room just full on. Oh wow. When you came in, we thought you were gonna die.
Well, I'm glad you don't get paid to think.
I don't get paid for anything.
Never mind, kiddo. Thanks for checking on me.
Yeah, but anyway, like we thought you were gonna die, and well, honestly, I didn't want you to die because I think you're kind of cool, a
Oh.
little bit. But what happened? I mean, it was only yesterday, so we haven't like seen the others really. Like the French guy came home, but like he just kind of went to bed right away. So like no one told us what happened.
Hold on, pause. You said it was yesterday that this happened?
Yeah.
Why are the flowers so old?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you. Okay. So then I'll ask Tasha, did you bring me these flowers?
Yeah. We went and picked them down at there's like some wildflowers over by the tracks, the railroad tracks. No more trains really go there anymore, but they're not the best. it's kind of dry there and everything, so most of them are kind of dead already. But you're supposed to bring people flowers when they're hurt, and then we got you a card, and Talon Talon wrote dummy on it.
I see.
Yeah,
that's the first time anybody's
she's just
ever
kidding though.
I know. That's the first time anyone's ever got a gift for me.
What?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Well,
You're like 50 years old. You must have had gifts before.
I'm not 50. You're 50.
I'm not 50. Like
I'm not 50. Well,
and
then,
a half.
and then I'm 14 and a half too.
Whatever.
I know. Listen, you haven't heard from my teammates?
No, they so like it's the French guy came
Etienne?
last. Yeah, the French guy came back. They dropped him off in the big truck, right? It came, and then they drove away, and nobody knew where you were, because like you should have got dropped off too, and that's when we figured out what was going on. But then Etienne went he went into the in his garage, and then he didn't come out. So we didn't know what was happening. And then early this morning, they came and picked him up before like I even got up. So I didn't even get any coffee until I got here just like half an hour ago. But yeah, they just left this morning, and Becky says that they were here earlier, so they must have been trying to see if you're okay, I guess, because that's
They were
you know,
here
that's,
as
I guess,
in at the compound, or they came in here?
I don't know if they came in here. I mean, you could probably ask somebody, but they came up here. They must have come up here for you, right? Because like, so they're like your friends, so they came to see you.
Well, the last time something like this happened, I didn't really have much support, so I guess I'll just find out if they came later.
The last time you almost died?
N-
When did you?
Never.
So
No,
how many times have you almost died?
No, that's not what I was. No, Keith,
Like this isn't the first time?
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't almost die this time. I have almost died, but they weren't there those times. I'm talking the last time that I got kind of incapacitated. Your 14-year-olds know what incapacitate means?
I know what.
I'm sorry, 14 and a half. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got incapacitated, and then it wasn't well received, so I wasn't sure when I just thought about it. I just wanted to know if they came.
I feel like you're doing a thing where you're like saying more things than you're actually saying, but it's fine. People do that.
That's called subtext, kiddo. You'll learn it. It's an adulting thing.
Right.
Do you
Anyway.
understand the word subtext?
I
Look,
live
kid,
through this.
you're from the CZ. I haven't seen a school anywhere, so I don't know what words you know.
You haven't heard of the School of Hard Knocks, huh? That's the
Spell
best
hard
education.
knocks.
What?
Spell hard knocks.
HARDNOC. What?
I think you're missing a word, but it's cool. I mean, you got the sounds right. Like some words that sound like an N, they have a K in front of them.
Why?
That's a great question. I asked the same thing myself. Every time.
It's stupid. So I'm not going to put it there.
Oh, okay. If you just want to walk around life being wrong, welcome to the School of Kaida.
KIDA.
It's actually a Y. It's not an I. That would be like Kita.
Look, it's not like I'm just going to go around and people are going to be asking me to spell knock all the time.
But I mean, yeah, you're right. No one's going to ask you to spell Knox in the CZ. So you win. Can you spell CZ?
Seezee.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm so glad that you're the first person that I'm seeing. I was kind of upset at first, but now I feel a little better. Thanks, kiddo.
Sure. In exchange, what happened?
Well, what did you hear?
Nothing. I said. I
Okay,
just
well,
we
this is
spent all
what
this
happened.
time.
This is what happened, and no matter what anybody says, this is how it went down. And if anybody says anything different, they're lying. They lie. There I was, a man ready to die for his squad. They were all in danger, perilous, perilous, perilous danger. A giant, can't remember, but he must have been like 80 feet tall, came from out of nowhere, yielding this axe formed by the gods. The axe was the size of Thor's hammer. And he comes barreling towards us, maybe at 80 miles per hour. Okay, that's an exaggeration, like 20. But either way, so I decided in that moment, I looked at my team and I said, they will not die in my presence, because they're really the first friends I've ever had. So I unleashed a spell, but I pulled my punch. Should have unleashed more power, but I was sure it would knock the giant down. And it seemed that he swallowed the lightning bolt. The next thing you know, I saw metal and then darkness.
Okay. But like, what was the thing that happened to you that gave you that big cut and then you had to go to the hospital? Like, not the stuff that you were like dreaming about while you're unconscious.
No. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that
Nah, I know what you're saying. Subtext.
well, yeah, a little bit. But no. These weren't things that I was dreaming. Like this is what happened.
My subtext. I know what you're saying.
There was a beastly creature who came at us with an axe, and my team was in danger, so I tried to stop him, and it didn't.
No, I get it.
However-
I get it. So like, so some big ass fragger came at you with an axe, and you tried to fuck him up.
Yes.
But then,
well, that's the problem, kiddo.
But for some reason, you didn't like you like hesitated or something, or I don't know.
Here's the thing,
so he
kiddo.
got you.
Let me
Right.
teach you something. In life, when you ever get the opportunity, always fuck them up. Period. Because if you don't fuck them up, you'll end up in the hospital.
Oh, I ain't gonna be in no hospital. That's like rule 3 of Hard Knocks anyway. Right. So
Well, I grew up in the school of Hard Knocks with a K, so maybe they just teach it different.
So like pretentious school of Hard Knocks.
Spell pretentious.
Do you know what pretentious means?
Do you know what pretentious means?
Pretentious. That's how you spell it.
Oh yeah.
3 letters.
That is listen, you are on it.
It's like being tentious before, right?
Technically, it's I mean, it's a tense that you have before. It's a pretense. So I guess at least you know about root words and suffixes and prefixes. That's dope.
Dope. Okay.
Oh, that's
well,
just
I'm glad you're.
That's just the word that people used to say back in the 20s.
Right. Like, see, I knew you're like 50.
I'm not 50. I just had a lot of old people
It's
around
2075 now, and you know all kinds of stuff from the 20s.
Because I'm a history buff.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I grew up from the South.
It's okay to be old. You're an
very
elf.
old school.
Like elves get old, and then they're still not
Say
old.
what?
So what?
Listen, elves don't like the word old either. This elf definitely doesn't. It signifies a deep. Uh-oh, my words just left me. Is this a side effect of the axe wound? What are these meds? Sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm
Do you
okay.
need a rest?
I don't know. I don't really know what I need right now, kiddo. I'm going through a lot of emotions.
Sorry. Somebody in chat just said, these ears don't crack.
Oh god.
Okay. All right, back into it. Well, I don't know, like sounds like something, like bad happened. It happens sometimes. Just, it's a CZ. It happens to people all the time. Like just direct that people have to go through. You just, get up off your hoop and keep trucking, right? Like, what are you gonna do? Just like be down on
See,
yourself? Woe is me. Oh,
you
I
just said an
suck.
old phrase just then, and you're not 50.
What?
Keep trucking. See, you didn't even realize it was an old phrase. 14-and-a-half-year-old.
All of the words I am saying are old words. So
Don't break your
some
neck.
of them
Don't break
make
your neck.
sense because they still happen. Trucks,
Exactly.
trucking all over. They go
Exactly.
places.
Listen, I'm trying to hit you with this knowledge, this hospital bed knowledge, okay? Listen, I have war wounds now. Legit war wounds. I've survived it. I have struggled, yon child. And I'm trying to show you how to level up because I see that you see me now because you gave me some flowers. So now that you've gifted me with my first ever gift, I'm always ready to give you the knowledge that other people won't give you. They'll tell you lies. But I'm always gonna
Like they won't tell me about the K in front of the N in knowledge.
I don't want you to be walking around not knowing that there's a K in front of certain letters. It's like sometimes there's a PH, sometimes there's a GH, and then sometimes there's an F. But why? Yeah.
I think you should rest a little because at the end there I don't know what you're talking about. So
Okay, if you spell tough, that's a GH, not an F or a PH. But if you spell photo,
TUFF.
No. It's TOU.
Yes. I've seen it. Look, I've seen it. It was they spell it on things. TUFF.
They're spelling it wrong. I know more than one language, kiddo. So trust me. When someone's hitting you,
Corporations are spelling stuff wrong. Corporations.
I mean, ask a corporation to come talk to me about it the next time they spell something wrong, and I'll set them straight. I am the law when it comes to grammar. Period. So GH is at the end of tough. Pull out your notepad. Do you have a notepad? Back in my day, we walked around with little digital notepads. They were called smartphones.
You mean a comlink?
Okay, or a comlink. Pull out your comlink and write this down.
I don't have to pull out my
Don't
comlink.
disobey your elders.
I've got a trode right here. I can just think it. So that's how I know you're old. Anyway.
Well, then think this, kiddo. Just these three words: tough, photo, and fluff. Tough is TOUGH, photo FHOTO, fluff LUFF. And the next time I see you, I want you to use them in a sentence. Whenever that is. And then
I'm gonna let you.
No.
Go back to sleep now. Yes.
Don't leave me alone.
Yes.
No, child.
You're okay.
Don't leave me alone.
Okay.
I don't want to be alone.
It's nap time, and Etienne, he's here. We're probably gonna take him home, but
he's here.
That you woke up.
Etienne pops his head in the door frame. He's like, "Hey man, Came back
Hey.
earlier. Came down earlier. So
Hey.
you were still alive. It's good to see you.
I'm
It's
alive.
good to see that you still get that whatever you got there into you.
What do you mean? Is he? See,
I
that
don't
was
know. You
subtext,
spent
kid.
like 15 minutes arguing with a teenager, so I assume you didn't get traumatized or change too much.
I mean, rule number one of the streets: don't change. You gotta stay solid. You gotta stay consistent.
I guess we get different rules up there in Quebec, but yeah, good. And he gives him
What's the rules in Quebec?
It's all in French. First
See, kiddo,
rule,
I don't
all
know
in
French.
French.
So I can't argue with him about grammar in French, but that's cool. Thanks for that Quebec street knowledge, though. See, kid, that's
Yeah,
what you
and
do
don't
when someone
remember-
gives you.
You got to remember, it's important. Quebec street knowledge, all French.
There you
No,
go.
I'm serious though. Like people are gonna punch you if you don't speak French. It's serious. But
In Quebec?
yeah,
Huh.
Run
Sounds
those
like
hands,
fun.
Richie. Sorry.
Okay. Well, it sounds like Kaida's better now. So we got to go because they're going to close the clinic. And they said we could only visit for like 15 minutes anyway. But I'll be back tomorrow.
Thanks, kiddo. I really appreciate the flowers.
and yeah, I can confirm that the other ones were earlier. They all spend their time sitting down next to you and reading their things. And
Really?
yeah,
Someone read something to me?
yeah. I don't know what. I wasn't. I wasn't there, but
Who was it?
a flea sat down, and I think
wait. Flea?
yeah.
Flea.
They all came in the in Gertrude's truck. They came to see you, and from what I heard when we went at the fight after, the three sat down and she read to you, and then Gertrude did too. Well, Gertrude
Flea.
read to you while we were watching like the guys punching each other in the face. That was great. You should have been there. Yeah, she was there.
That. Where was Satchel?
Satchel was at the clinic too. I don't know that he read to you and he didn't talk about it or anything.
No, I wouldn't.
but,
I wouldn't expect that from Satchel. I wouldn't.
Yeah, me neither. But he was around. Yeah.
Huh. I kind of thought for a second when I read the note on the card that was Flea, but I'm kind of surprised.
Card, and he flips it, and he was like, "Yeah, maybe, but well, I don't know who brought that. Well,
No, it wasn't her. It was
yeah.
it was Talon. I think it was.
All right. Well, you get better, dude. We'll come and visit you when we can.
Well, are you leaving?